Wanted to make a short video here and talk a little bit about human behavior, talk about gambling a little bit, narcissistic behavior, character, patterns of behavior. And this is going to be a short video. It's not going to be a long one. I just feel really inspired right here. I know it's dark in the background, but that's what happens whenever I feel inspired. In fact, I got to make sure that the lights stay on in here in the vehicle. Uh-oh. Anyway, we're going to be here for just a few minutes. I come from a really difficult childhood. I come from a narcissistic father, and I come from a codependent, trauma-bonded mother. It was a small family. There was a lot of family members on my father's side. My mother had a few brothers. I never really met my mom's extended family. So I only met a few. But on my father's side, there was many. And I remember a lot of them. I remember a lot of their characteristics as a child. I remember a lot of experiences. When I reflect, when I do my own meditation, which is something that I talk about often, or even journaling, when I'm writing in my journal, I often reflect on failure. Because why not? You don't want to repeat it, right? You reflect on your victory. You know, how did I achieve something? And then you also reflect on your failure, because how can I prevent this from happening again? Now, I admit that, I've been a gambler most of my life. That was the biggest struggle that I had, was gambling. Yeah, I've done drugs. I don't have a problem with drugs and alcohol anymore, or anything like that. I struggled with alcohol for many years. That I will say. But I was able to overcome it. Gambling was the big deal. Gambling was very dark. It was very mysterious. Gambling is in a whole nother world. It's a realm of its own. It's kind of like a hidden place that you go, and nobody really knows about that place but you and God. But what happens is, eventually it will begin to take toll on your surroundings. It will impact your work. It will impact your finances, your organization, because eventually you can only lie so much. Then you have to try to cover up for those lies and the losses. And not only that, the wear and tear that you have on your mind. The wear. By the way, gambling is a lie. Sometimes I got to remind myself to say that. But the wear and tear that is on your conscious mind, because see, your subconscious is 95% of your thinking, but most of us are not even aware what's really going on in our 95%. That's why we're constantly falling into these traps, falling into these fake routines with people. And I tell you, coming from that kind of a lifestyle, I was not really set up to be an organized, honest, a person of integrity. I think I've had some help along the way. And the military did help me big time. But I know that I've made some major mistakes in my life. I've said things. I've done things. I've even provoked people. I've committed sin. Been involved in bad relationships. Horrible business transactions in the past. Horrible. Very, very deceptive, unfulfilling, empty. Not only that, when you lose money to a casino, that's one thing, right? It's not pleasant at all, my friend. Might as well get it out there. Gambling's a lie. My job's to bring peace into your mind. let me see if I can reframe. Well, I wasn't thinking during these times that I would react to situations. You know what I'm talking about. We react, and then we run off towards the escapes, right? We react. But why do we react, right? We're reacting to something, to some kind of a stimuli. Most people will not admit. In fact, most people won't even watch this video for as long as it will. I might end up making a second video. Stimuli is what causes us to move, right? There's a cause and then there's an effect. I grew up with I'm not afraid, I'm not ashamed to admit that's who I grew up with, that's what I was. And oh, I got some breakfast here. Thank you. Okay. So in a little bit, yeah. So what I'm doing now, I'm just eating a fried egg with avocado here. See, this is with some salsa on top. It's my breakfast. Actually, kind of. It's not. It doesn't have any oil, but it is a fried egg. You and I respond. You know, when I look over my life, I really do hit. That's why it's so important to stop and think, man, and journal. It's vital. And that's why I talk about it. Because you begin to see your life. You begin to realize who you really are. And you see the patterns that you go through. And you can also see the patterns of other people. You can see where other people might be doing you wrong. You can see where you've done others wrong. Look, you know, just because you've done somebody wrong doesn't make you an evil person. We're all sinners. Recognizing it is what is the key. Recognizing what you're doing. Recognizing what you've done. Recognizing that there's another human being that you could be violating. That is so important in relationships and business. And most of the time, gamblers don't think about this. Gamblers are getting burned left and right. And it wasn't until I really woke up and saw the truth of this whole thing that I stopped letting people take advantage of me. And that's where the real challenge comes in. But you got to hold on. You got to raise your standard. You got to... And the thing is, you know, you recognize these things and you stay away from environments. You stay away from temptation. You stay away from triggers. That's it. Yeah, right? It is easier said than done. But no matter if that's what you want, you have to do it. And that's it. That's what I work on. That's what I got to do every single day. Right? If that's what I want. If I want to be free every single day, if I want to be free from gambling, by the way, gambling's a lie. If I want to be free from gambling, free from problems, free from jail, it's weird. I went to the brig for 3 days for a stupid mistake that I did. But some of the stuff that I've ended up doing after I got out of the military and being in relationships for a long time, really pretty incredible to me when I think about them now. Because you know who you are. You know what your values are. You know what you're willing to do. You know, listen, I have codependency in me. I have narcissism in me. I have it all. But I recognize that. And I also recognize that if I allow myself to be put in situations, if I allow myself to be jerked around and pushed in advantage, and if I accept somebody else's label, I'm going to screw up. That's why I don't accept that. That's not acceptable to me. Somebody else's label, or the way I used to think. This is how you used to think. No, that's how I used to think. I think how I think today, right here, right now. Be wise as a serpent, my friend, and harmless as a dove. That's what the proverb reads. And that's exactly what I plan on do every single day. As much as possible, because it's tough. It's tough, it's difficult, it's challenging. This isn't easy to do. By no stretch. It's easy for me because I've been practicing it. But when you start going down this path of really searching inside yourself and looking inside yourself and turning on the light and seeing who you really are and what you're really about, don't expect too many friends. Anyways, I'll be there in the trenches with you. Join the community, Soldier Scribe. If you enjoyed this video, share it with somebody that you care about. And if you're a narcissist and you need help, get help, man. You know, get help. Watch more of my videos. Listen to, and if you're a gambler, because there's a lot of narcissistic gamblers out there in the casinos. That's a fact. That's a fact. So, by the way, did I forget to say this, that gambling is a lie? A thumbs up lets YouTube know that I'm doing a good job. A comment and a share lets YouTube know that I'm doing a good job. Plus, you're helping somebody else. You're helping me, and you're helping yourself in the process. And when you Soldier Scribe, who knows, you might be able to get a free coaching session with me, interact with me. Doesn't matter, we're all going through shit. Doesn't mean that you can't do your job while you're going through shit. Yes, you can do your job, right? Police officers do it, firefighters do it, nurses, doctors do it, lawyers do it. I do it. I'm a certified life coach. I'm a licensed insurance agent here. And I'm a licensed business owner. And I'm bonded. And I have attorneys to back me up. Need attorneys? For less than a combination pizza. For less than one combination pizza a month, I'll have a law firm in the palm of your hands. Anyhow, once again, Santos Jr., the world's #1 problem gambling interventionist, sending you love, strength through peace. Remember, it takes courage for you to be you, and it takes courage for you to follow. This 12-pounder, I'm going to see how many people watch it to the end. My challenge. Do it. Do it. I am.